mic. All right, there we go. I'll be online in about 5 or so minutes. I just need to get myself some dinner here, and then we'll get the tournament started.
There we go. Okay, now it's mono. Now I should be coming through both ears, and hopefully this is a good distance for me for the mic. I still haven't seated yet. I just need to seed real quick and then we'll get started. We're just missing Mr. Black. Let's see if he's here. Okay. Chimps, 11 OS. So we have 11, 23, 14, 17. Seven, 22, 18, 32, our highest one yet. 16. Okay, so we'll 30. 15. 24. All right, we're seated, so we're gonna process checking, start the tournament. My food is cold, so I need to go heat it up again. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's see what's going on. Wait, is he 40? Ice cream is 40 in 1v1 or in small teams or hmm. All right. Who's playing who? Yeah, Legion will always be on. Let's see what game we should catch first. Ender IDs versus Swarm guy. Let's watch Chronographer. We're gonna watch Chronographer. Oh my gosh, it's so windy outside. Yeah, I mean, you guys know. There's gonna be a wide range of skill levels, as always. And that's okay. That's how we like it, actually. Don't watch me. Okay. Chimps. Oh, Chimps is just a little late. Yeah, no worries. Alright, let's see. Yeah, Chimps isn't here, so Ender IDs or 8-bit or Victoria versus Surprise. Let's see this one. We're already in game, so we're in Canis River. We're gonna hop in. All right, so spawning in here, we have Victoria, our blue commander. She is going to be starting Cortex, it looks like. Um, Meanwhile, our red commander is also going for a Cortex start, but is going to be starting a little bit further from the Geo. I honestly don't really like this this start spot, only because it's so easy to get raided from like here and here, particularly here. But I'm also just not very good at Canis, so who am I? Who am I to judge? Meanwhile, Victoria is going to be going for a 3 mech 2 solar vehicle start. I don't mind it at all, of course. Yeah. You know, you could go for wind right now because wind is relatively high, but going for 2 solars before the lab is no big deal. The other thing though is you can put an extra wind down before your lab, so 2 wind, 2 solars, 1 wind, and that I believe technically gets you your con out faster if you go for a con right away, which you probably will. Yeah, you go for that vehicle con for the early expansion. Surprise is instead gonna go into grunts, and he's gonna be adding energy on to his base while he builds first a grunt and then it looks like a constructor, and the grunt is just gonna stand idle. He did speedily queue up a couple mexes there. That was nice to see. Surprise hailing from Australia. Victoria from the United States. It looks like Victoria was going to go for a solar. Is trying to build this con turret. I guess she could technically put the cons on low priority, but this is fine. She's gonna be trying to make a con turret while stalling, which hurts kind of low on just resources in general. It's kind of just the nature of the low wind start, which can be pretty frustrating. The thing is that the con turret cost about 200 metal, 210 metal actually, and vehicles are very metal expensive, so and also like they're very build power efficient, so it's honestly really greedy to go for this con turret. um you could just get a single constructor out instead, or there's a couple options, but yeah, I would say it's a fairly greedy thing to do here, but it could pay off, certainly. We do see a problem though. I mean, Surprise hasn't been as aggressive as he maybe could have afforded to be, but uh, he has a massive army value advantage, or he had a massive army value advantage. But those incisors are so efficient at using your build power that, and spending your resources too, that like it seems like she's now catching up on her army value. She's gonna be trying to get some harassment with the scout. I don't know if she meant to do that. That was kind of a little bit of a blunder, but we do have some grunts being very defensive, while Victoria is gonna be making just incisors right now. We're gonna look at Victoria's player view here. She's moving pretty fast. Her economy seems to be fairly balanced, maybe lacking on build power a little bit right now. Meanwhile, if we switch to Surprise, a much slower camera, you know. I don't know if it's actually going. Oh, he's actually gonna go for a vehicle lab. Surprise is going for a vehicle lab, trying to spend his resources. It looks like he has fallen behind on getting these con turrets up. Oh no. Oh, Victoria knows to avoid the commander. The incisors are built up in number to where they can kind of just shoot down whatever they need to. They are going to find this constructor before it's able to build a LLT, unfortunately, for that. And now Victoria is going to be able to micro these incisors around the base of Surprise, who's going to throw in the towel here. Nicely done from Victoria. Winning her first game. We're going to go into the next game here. All right, we are going to load into our second game here on Feast of Hades. A classic map. It looks very similar to Theta Crystals, as I'm sure a lot of people know. Theta Crystals is a very fun map.
Battle started.
All right, spawning in here, we have Victoria. Once again, going Cortex. I think we're likely to see incisors again, unless she decides to mix it up and go for some grunts. Surprise. Gonna be building up his energy here. This time going for Legion vehicles. Victoria's a little earlier on her lab, although stalling on energy right now. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. That one wind is going to be enough, but she might need to add more solar on. And she's going to be building a single construction vehicle. A couple of scouts, another construction vehicle for a bunch of incisors. Nice. With scouts on repeat, the rascal. And meanwhile, Surprise is going to be building some energy while trying to get the con out, and then gonna go 5 scouts, 25 incisors. Con on repeat. The little vehicle con coming out. Alright, Surprise is gonna get his first con out. Second con, I mean, actually. He went for 2 cons right away. Meanwhile, Victoria is gonna be honestly not spending enough resources currently. Mostly because she's spending it on those rascal, right? They're not very build power efficient. Looks like she's going to be trying to fill the map up with them, but Surprise is going to be getting incisors out of his own, and he already has rascals out. So it's going to be difficult for her to find really any harassment. But she does trade very well with a couple rascals. Looks like she lost no units essentially there. She's gonna get a little bit of a harassment off on this mech, although if she doesn't move the yeah, Incisor gonna have no problem shooting that rascal down. It looks like she's gonna be preoccupied on her side of the map as she is trying to defend against Surprise's rascals. Meanwhile, Surprise, if we watch his player camera, it looks like he or sorry, we're on Victoria's player camera. So Surprise is lacking certainly in radar vision currently. It's going to be hard for him to know where to put his units without those high ground radars. All right. He does get a radar down finally. But you can see the difference. Victoria seems a little more just comfortable controlling her camera specifically. Her micro is just more frequent and seems a little more intentional. Okay, so we have some incisors are gonna successfully actually shoot down an LT. They probably could have gone for a Mexi. I think there's a little bit of a mistake there where Victoria tried to micro her incisor to kill a little bit of. She got a little greedy basically, and she could have instead killed another Mex instead of diving for the base, I think. But still, very nice damage on Sir Prize's side of the map, and it is gonna start looking like he's struggling a bit as his. Well, I guess actually his army value is a bit higher than Victoria's currently, but in all of his economy, otherwise he's quite far behind. And unfortunately, his army is not going to be in the right spot here. He will be able to make incisors at a relatively sufficient pace, though, and being able to get his commander into position here, he might be able to get some D-guns. Oh, his first one misses, but he does at least deflect Victoria's incisors, which are going to be forced to reroute. Surprise, actually, leading in army value. Victoria's incisors are going to be deflected, and that is going to be a net loss for her. She's ends up leaving a couple very metal-rich incisor wrecks on Surprise's side of the map. However, it does look like she has done a nice job of building up a incisor ball again, which she'll be able to send at Surprise, whose commander is centrally located in the base, but we can see that his economy management has been a little bit lacking. He desperately needs build power. But meanwhile, Victoria is going to be also lacking a little bit on her energy. Without enough radar, he can't see far enough here to get a really good warning if this Khan is attacked. Somewhat unfortunate, but... And it does look like he has some idle incisors. The incisors of Victoria are going to get a nicer concave, it looks like. Trading 3 for 4. Fairly even, but definitely in Victoria's favor there. And Victoria's incisors are going to slip through and be able to melt down a lot of these defenses. I don't see a good option for Surprise to defend here. This might just be too many incisors, although he gets there on time, but it might just be too late. As Victoria's incisors are going to now be able to shoot down the rest of the mexes. Meanwhile, another huge army of Victoria's is going to try to... It is going to make it into Surprise's base, and they are just going to immediately laser down everything. Oh my gosh. The con turrets are next. There go the con turrets. There goes the energy converter. Another con. Surprise has only the build power of his commander basically after these next cons will also go down. Victoria has essentially disabled Surprise, and she'll be able to just continue building a ball after ball of incisor. She is stalling quite a bit, but it doesn't matter because she's essentially won the game already. Although this could be a bad trade and leave Victoria a little bit on the back foot, although I say that there's just so many incisors here. Victoria is, yes, Surprise calls it as Victoria wins. Good games. 2-0 her first round. Nicely done. All right. Supreme. Did you figure it out? How do we pick the map? Hopefully someone answered you. Let's see what's going on. Chronographer versus chimps. It looks like they're playing on the wrong map.
Battle started.
Okay. It looks like we're hopping into a Cortex versus Armada game. Cortex vehicles versus Armada bots. Armada is really gonna struggle here, especially with these exploiters coming up, because it shuts down the what is going on there? Interesting. But these exploiters really shut down the opportunities of harassment. And Chimp is gonna be on a very heavy back foot here. That being said, pawns still do look very good. Once they get the pounder down, it's going to be a lot easier for them to shoot the brutes down as well. Chronographer taking a bit of a tough trade there, but will it matter? Probably not, as these brutes just need to whittle down the pawn numbers, and Chimps just does not have the eco to respond here. No build power primarily. Chronographer is now going to be able to reclaim all of those wrecks. We're going to watch this from the player's perspective for a while. Alright, sorry about that. I had someone at my door.
Battle ended.
Chronographer, producing the most resources. Incredible. Oh, check scene. I'm sorry. Thank you. Oops. Well, you did not miss much. Let's look at the graphs. I apologize for that. It has to happen. Every stream, it has to happen one time. And that time was now, so I'm sorry. How does this work? Time's up. Let's see. How are the other games going? Nah, I have time. Yes, it is better that it happened in the first round rather than the final round. We are now gonna watch this interesting map. It looks very blue. Very blue. Did someone make it more blue? I don't think I made it more blue. But yes, this is my map. I did make it. So something that we were talking about, the mappers, Zagapi, who made the pyramids map, was pointing out that the normals are so exaggerated, like with the method that the players, or not the players, that the mappers use. Like it's so exaggerated. So, oh wait, oh I was like, why am I'm not playing right now, right? But oh, thank you. Yeah. Honestly, the hardest part about making this map was getting the color right, but I think it paid off. It got very frustrating. We do see our first Legion spawn here. We love to see it. Chronographer. 2 mechs, 2 wins. Pretty standard Legion open on pools. Blaze Chimps, meanwhile, is also going to go 2 mechs, 3 win, which makes a lot more sense for Armada. You could honestly even throw in a 4th wind if you're planning on going for that early constructor. But, of course, this is still perfectly valid. Chronographer is going to be adding wind on to try to afford that constructor. Looks like he's going to go 1 con, 5 goblins. Is it on repeat? Not on repeat, actually. So, and the first con expands here. I don't mind it. I honestly don't know the best way to play my map because I go like this. Usually with my first con. But I don't know if it's good. And then my second con goes here. And I've seen people go here, which usually I would go here, but it does make sense to go the other way. He doesn't know what Legion does. Yes. Well, I do love Legion. Um, Legion mexes. Oh, don't walk, please. Okay, good. Legion mexes produce less metal, but you get energy. And because you get energy, it means you get even more energy because you don't have to spend energy on the metal production. And what that means is that you can expand like crazy with Legion because you just don't need as much energy to afford your mexes. We do see some Satyr coming out. I love this unit. It's like a mini lobber, or not a mini lobber. It is the lobbers for me called the lobber, but the Satyr is like a mini thug, and then we have goblins, which are so good. I love goblins. I think there is an argument to be made that Legion bots is maybe a little undertuned in T1 right now, but we'll see. I like the expansion, but like, especially with Legion, oh, don't walk for that. Come on. I guess it's fine. Actually, never mind. But see, because he's walking with the commander, he's going to be racking up metal and adding metal on, so I think honestly here you could just put your commander into low priority and leave it on the lab. But Blaze Chimps is going to be able to get a bunch of pawns out. So yeah. Honestly, I feel like maybe going into lobbers a little early here was a bit of a mistake, but it does look like they're going to do okay versus the pawns. They're just not going to hit them very easily. And lobbers, how much health does a lobber have? It has 571, okay. It does actually get a little, oh no, never mind, it doesn't get impulse. I thought it was maybe getting impulse, but here's the thing, that was not a good fight to take, and the reason why is because I'm sure Chronographer just isn't used to the fact that Legion units are like half a unit compared to what you're used to. So this is really like, a goblin is like half of a pawn. You know, you need 2 goblins for every pawn in order for a trade to be good. A lobber is half of a thug, so you need double lobbers, you know, for it to make sense, essentially. And it can make judging trades actually pretty difficult. Yeah, mixing them together, they're definitely quantity. It's quantity over quality. That is a really good way to put it. Especially for the bots, like even honestly for vehicles, like just having a big army is really easy with Legion. And yeah, the goblin DPS is sad, but when you have a lot of them, they actually do pretty well. As a, you almost want to be a little more defensive with them, and try to transition out instead of just trying to win with them. But lobbers do add like a lot of like damage, I guess, to your composition, like pushing power. The goblins are gonna find the Lazarus here and be able to shoot it down. The other thing with goblins is that, like, in theory, they can get really good surround damage because, you know, you get the flanking bonus. So even though they have like half the DPS of a pawn and a grunt, they can end up, if you have 2 of them, you can end up with more DPS than a pawn or a grunt. So, but you can't really let them be jumped on like that. Like, you really need to kite with them, and unfortunately it looks like Chronographer, like, this is what we mean. It's like Chronographer in number of units has actually an even number of units right now, but his units are like half as valuable, so he's actually behind in army value. And it's going to be really hard for him to defend right now. But we do see a chronographer going for more build power and an airplay of some kind. He does need to add on some energy. Missing a little bit of energy. He's not able to spend the metal that he's getting. We see Resbots here taking advantage of the energy reclaim on the map. The thing with lobbers too is they're only 51 speed, so it's pretty easy for pawns to jump on them. This is going to be a really bad trade as he has to turn around and try to kill the LLT, and a bunch of the goblins actually lose their majority of their health to that LLT explosion. They will still, however, be able to run into the backline of Blaze Chimps and shoot down a bunch of wind, who he is actually then going to call GG. Huh. I think that was a little premature. I think he probably could have gotten a lot more damage done, but you know what? It is what it is. Alright, so that game's over. We have Sir Ice Cream versus 8-Bit Pro. Alright, they're trying to pick maps right now. Yeah, I wish that plasma units were a little more accurate, honestly. I feel like they don't need to be so inaccurate. Yeah, I guess I could see why you would think that your metal would come as low, but you do have to remember that actually Legion, he's working on less metal than you. And additionally, like, and pretty importantly, is that I think honestly it was more of a build power issue. True line of sight, they're more accurate. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But in general, I think like a big reason why pawns and grunts are so dominant, just like that class of unit, is because they're so plasma bots and like other units are so inaccurate. Like almost like too inaccurate, honestly. That being said, it looks like we have one more game going. What? I will be right back. Oh, I have a message. 1-1. Okay. All right, so we actually have a tie between Sir Ice Cream and 8-Bit. And the next round is going to come up. It looks like we have a couple options of games we can watch. Our current players who are 1-0 are going to be Gonk the Great, Ender IDs, Carthaxis, and Chronographer. So it looks like we have Victoria versus Carthaxis, which is probably going to be a good game. Let's jump into that. We're going to wait for the players to get here. Unless there's any objections. Satyrs are so cheap that they gain accuracy by volume. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely true. But I don't even know if I would still say that's gaining accuracy. They definitely would become a lot more deadly than they already are, though, if they were more accurate. So that's something to consider. Oh my gosh, okay. We are already into banning. Victoria's gonna ban Ravaged. Carthaxis bans Faster Than Light. In response, Victoria bans Desolation. And then Aurelia is going to be banned, and Canis is going to be the first pick out of Victoria. We need another pick here. Yes. You should be doing pick bans. If you didn't, it's also no big deal. Often people don't know the full pool, so. Prismatic Anomaly is going to be a second pick here. We're going to go in here. All right, we're looking at Canis River here. This is a map by, I believe, Phalange. Phalange does very nice, like, ridges and hills. He just does them very nicely. Mirrored spawns here as Victoria and Carthaxis. Oh, Carthaxis. Oh my gosh. We are seeing a very wild open from Carthaxis, who's going to be going Legion in a mirrored spawn to Victoria. Carthaxis is, of course, starting Legion. And if that is what I think it is, that is a crazy lab queue there. Well, Victoria underbuilding energy again. She's gonna try to go for the lab here. Without enough energy, this is gonna be hard to get that lab up. Okay, she is gonna choose to add a solar here. I guess this actually isn't the worst idea in the world. Interesting. So I think she's trying to... Actually, I'm not exactly sure what she's trying to do. Save time, I believe. But I think ultimately that ends up spending essentially the same amount of time. Because you have to finish the solar before the lab. And, yeah, a bit of a I guess a little bit of unnecessary micro. Not necessarily going to lose the game, but certainly doing too much. In the meantime, a construction aircraft is going to come out for Carthaxis. Who does not have anything in his lab queued aside from another con right now. Interesting. I would have loved to see a couple martyrs made. Instead, Carthaxis is going to be walking away with his commander. I don't know if he meant to do that. A little bit of a blunder here. Oh, you're not in the Discord to ping. Can you get an invite? Yeah, let me grab that for you. Entered already. Weird. I think a little bit of a glitch there. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the invite. There we go. Alright, let's throw this into the chat here. There you go. Carthaxis is going to be now getting a mosquito out. This is going to be very annoying for Victoria to deal with, but not impossible. This is a nice LOT placement, I guess, but Carthaxis is still honestly just a little slow here to expand, slow to do a lot. So looks like Victoria now is going to be a little scared of those mosquitoes. And Carthaxis is going to be free to expand. Now, it's a tricky game here because it looks like Carthaxis is going to be investing in more and more mosquitoes. And in doing so... Oh, dang, those things charge fairly quickly, so... Okay, good to know, actually. Wow. There's talk about, by the way, reducing their stockpile eventually. They do stockpile pretty fast. Victoria, though, is going to be walking around with her commander a little bit. Carthaxis actually choosing to put down a bot lab here. I think since he's doing it while also going for this overcharged metal extractor. A bit of a blunder. But it is interesting. I feel like Victoria's a very standard player. She's very good like at the fundamentals. So for her to be faced with a very unusual build, it's interesting to see her response. It looks like she's being fairly measured, you know, trying to only make enough AA to defend against those mosquitoes. I don't know if she's made enough because these mosquitoes do have quite a large stockpile. We have 8 missiles right now. The mosquitoes are out. They're going to be looking for ways to find damage. Will they be able to find it, though? That is a good question. Let's see this from Victoria's point of view. Alright. We have a little rascal moving around here. Oh, Victoria, she's gonna try to micro it around that mix. Nicely done. And she's just gonna be able to push in with her army here, and it's gonna be hard for Carthaxis to respond. But Carthaxis does have lobbers out. Or sorry, Satyr out. Which is a nice transition, all things considered. Delay policy. Jinx, are you in the... What is the delay policy? It's 15 minutes. If you don't communicate with your opponent. So the Whistlers are going to try to deal... They're actually not going to be enough to deal with the mosquitoes. How much health does a single mosquito have, by the way? They have quite a bit of health. 415 compared to like a Lobber, which has 550 actually. That's crazy. How much does a Incisor have? Okay, about maybe double. 850. A little less than double, I guess. Oh, delay. We don't have a delay because we are not playing for money. So if you cheat, it's kind of just shitty. But we go off of an honor code. It's maybe 30 seconds or something. See, the normals are very exaggerated. If you just look here. We have how many lobbers coming up right now? A lot. Carthax is going really heavy into those Satyr. So we do see some more energy coming up from Carthaxis, who's just gonna be low on, very low on energy. I believe it'll be the same situation for Victoria, though. Victoria does have the army value, or she did have the army value advantage, but now these lobbers are gonna be up in mass. And it looks like Victoria went into about, how many fighters here? 7 Valiant before, going for more vehicles and a little bit of Whistler AA action. Looks like Victoria's gonna have just gone for some slow expansion. But coming in here, we have a little bit of an air battle going on. Those Noxor are going to be shot down almost immediately. They do nothing, and these mosquitoes are now going to be free to be shot down. Carthaxis here, missing energy storage, but otherwise doing okay. Those lights do look nice on the con, the new lights. Alright, sorry, Jinx. Look at that, nice Geo. Little control panel there. Carthaxis, it looks like this is gonna be falling behind now. It is being streamed on YouTube, as all of the viewers know. Beyond All Reason Fight Night. Gronk is on Twitch. Oh man, those brutes are just gonna tear apart the lobbers. The lobber is struggling so much to do anything meaningful there. And Victoria's fighters now are gonna be flying through. They're gonna shoot down all of those mosquitoes. Carthaxis has a crazy D-gun opportunity. He gets off 3-4 D-guns. Oh my gosh. He just cleaved apart Victoria's army, who's now at a huge disadvantage as 40 lobbers march into her backline. Does she even have an answer? Those lobbers are built up in mass, and now it's going to be very challenging to deal with. Oh no. We do have lobbers moving through. I'm sorry, I keep calling them lobbers, but they're satyr. My bad. It looks like maybe a little bit too much of a hesitation is gonna cost it's gonna cost them some money. Or it's gonna cost them some value. He could have found some value here. He did clear out all of Victoria's expansions, but she is gonna have a lot of metal reclaim here. This is not looking good for her though. Those lobbers are built up in such a number that it is hard to deal with them. That being said, a lot of brutes is gonna be enough to decimate the lobbers. The brutes, though, of course, are gonna deal some friendly fire damage to the base, trying to clean them up. And now the satyr spam comes. Oof, that is so hard to deal with. Once you can spam those out in number, that is a very strong unit. And Victoria's looking a bit devastated here. However, and this is very important, she does have a lot of metal reclaim, just no real way to take advantage of it. And those lobbers are going to be very good at dealing with Victoria's commander if she's not careful. Here we see the Toxatai. The AA, Salvo AA, shooting its little salvo missile. And now Carthaxis has an uncanny amount of units just flooding the field. This is where Legion really shines. That being said, it's going to be hard to push into these. Even with the great range of the lobber, 400 range is very good, not to be underestimated. But 575 range of missile trucks. I had to check. This is going to be very hard to deal with. I'm not sure exactly what happened from Victoria. I think she was maybe just caught off guard, honestly. But the goblins are going to move in, take out our backline. Carthaxis really showing off his Legion experience there.
Battle ended.
Legion, wow. Really, really showing us who's boss. All right, we are back. We're going to be watching Victoria. Hopefully playing with Alaris here. I really want to see Alaris. They're kind of a tricky unit to use, but they're very good if you can use them right.
Battle started.
Heading into game 2 here. Victoria choosing this time to start as Legion. Meanwhile, Carthaxis also going for Legion here. Hopefully we don't see another Legion airplay, but if we do, you know, more power to him. I just would be a little shocked, if not only because he did that last time. And honestly, the element of surprise is very important. Carthaxis went, Zaguppy went crazy on these craters here. He messed up. What goof? I don't really see one. Oh. I mean, the game warns you. That sucks, though. That's hilarious. Victoria, in the meantime, though, is going to go for a bunch of wheelies after her first con. And it looks like she does know. She knows the Alaris meta. She knows that Alaris is really a very strong unit. Wheelies looking hilarious with a single wheel. I love those units. Such a fun design, honestly. I love the Alaris too. It's like a little Jeep, but it has a... What kind of gun does it have? Close quarter ground Gauss cannon is what it's called. Carthaxis is going to be struggling here. Oh, but he does get Alaris out in time. Playing much greedier means that he is far behind on army value. He's going to have to race as fast as he can to get out as many units as he can in time. Victoria is going to be free to just harass with Alaris. And I don't think, especially with 2 cons here, there's no way that Carthaxis can even get the units out in time to defend. A little bit of a blunder here again, too, as he is idle with his commander. Walking away from the lab a little early. It's just not going to have enough units. I don't see how it works out here. The Alaris is like, it's just such an interesting unit. It's this little truck with this awesome Gauss weapon on it. I love the mini Gauss. The weapons are just so much more creative for Legion, and it's something we can all get behind. But Victoria now is just going to have so many Alaris and be free to harass as much as possible here. It's going to be very intense. Alaris are looking incredible. They're going to use their little mini cannons. The mini Gauss are really a fun weapon. I really do like it. It's one of my favorite weapons, honestly. And the speed. What is their speed again? They're 102. They're just so fast. Good luck catching up to that with anything. Not just that, but they have a lot of health. They're like 425 health for an Alaris is pretty dang high. To compare, if we have a Helios has 800, but it also costs, 3 times, so. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised nor upset if Alaris got a little bit of a health debuff. Alternatively, you can always buff other units. That Gauss cannon is really good. And Victoria's just going to be able to just clean up all of those mexes on that side. Carthaxis is still going to be in the lead, though. Although Carthaxis is not spending resources effectively, while Victoria is just investing all in Alaris. 2, 3 shots from an Alaris to kill a Mex. We have more Alaris coming through. They're going to very quickly shoot down the... They just really like vaporize basically everything. Oh, a little bit of friendly fire there though. Carthaxis is going to be left with nothing, but he does have a little ball of Alaris of his own. He unfortunately does not know where Victoria's base is, though. Some wheelies moving along here and there. The battle's looking fairly even right now, actually. Despite Victoria having a big economy lead, her army value is still fairly even. She definitely does have a lead. She just needs to prove it, as I've heard said. Prove her advantage, and I don't think she's fully done that yet. And actually, she's at risk of losing a lot here. Alaris games are very volatile. Very volatile. She's going to be trying to chase with her entire army here when she could have instead, you know, sent some around this way, gotten a crazy amount of value. But she's instead going to chase with her whole army, which is a bit of a blunder. That's honestly one of the biggest mistakes I see Victoria specifically make a lot, is chasing with her whole army. So if you're one of Victoria's friends and you're listening, let her know. You don't need to chase with your whole army. And instead of chasing with your whole army, you should just send new units from your lab at the other army. And use your army that you would be chasing with, use it to do some other damage. Because, like, what are they going to do? They're not going to catch you. This is looking deadly. Those conturts need to respond quick. Alaris in the base is never good. Never a good thing. They are going to just shoot everything down so fast. Victoria is going to be able to reclaim, but not before losing most of her base. That is going to set her back. And she has no counterattack to speak of. The Alaris. Moving through. Now Victoria has a massive army, while Carthaxis is left with nothing. Oh my god, Carthaxis. No energy to or either no energy or just choosing not to degun here. Missing an opportunity. Meanwhile, Victoria's just going to wipe out vehicle con after vehicle con with these Alaris. They're so strong. They're like a pawn, but better. Their reload time is 2. And they don't really overkill a lot either. These Alaris here stopping right outside the base. Now, Helios definitely struggle against Alaris, actually. Helios are going to be defending her base well, but again, there's just, I mean, you can just see the map, right? There's no competition here. Victoria is essentially won. She just needs to find the commander now and kill it. Or Carthaxis needs to just resign. I just love the weapon of the Alaris. It's a very satisfying weapon. They do just vaporize things. Very nicely done. Victoria is going to tie her second round.
Ended.
Is the tie going to curse her to second place? Nicely done. Let's see what other games are running. We have, it looks like 3 more games running. A lot of ties. 4 more games, actually. Oh. All of the games are still running. Yeah, that's pretty OP. We're gonna look at the games that we have going here.
Battle started.
All right, we're gonna watch it from the player's view here. right. We've been watching a bunch of Legion bots. Legion bots really struggles honestly to deal with Oh yeah, nice to see some advice being given in the chat, but we see a lot of Alaris, you know, not really or Legion bots doesn't really have a good answer to Alaris right now. So we do see some satyrs coming up. I was just reading the chats. Actually, I've not noticed before the satyr weapon. Very interesting. The thing is that 8-bit Pro is gonna have just so much army value right now. It's gonna be very hard for, even with the strength of the Alaris, they just you know you have to have a good trade with them. The Satyr. I don't even know what I'm saying. We do have some Helios coming out now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not super convinced on the Helios, especially in the lobbers. I think it's honestly a bit of a blunder. The thing is, Helios, their range, which makes them so strong, is nullified by the lobber. Okay, watching these players, we have 8-bit. 8-bit is very zoomed in, honestly. Like, this is a very zoomed in player right now. It seems to be working for him, though. Oh, no. These lobbers, man, when you get them in numbers, it's very difficult to deal with. Honestly, don't see a very good counters, but whatever it is, it's definitely not Helios. I think Alaris could maybe do well. But, I mean, Helios, we can see they're just taking damage without even being able to get a single shot off. Oh, a little bit of a stall, though, means that some of the Helios are gonna be able to jump onto the Satyr. But I think it's too little too late, and 8-bit is, despite being ahead on economy, or behind on economy, is just so far ahead in army value that it's going to be very hard to recover, and also getting all this metal reclaim is going to be huge. That being said, it seems like the Helios, while they get to build up, they can do some damage, but then the lobber, their inaccuracy is completely pointless when you have a ball of Helios, because they miss one Helios, they of course can just hit the other. Just as I predicted, the lobber are gonna dissolve the Helios. Helios also just have like a very like large profile on the ground. They're just like big targets for any kind of plasma. That being said, when they get close, they do a lot of damage, so you do have to be careful with how you micro the lobbers. The Decurions I've fought recently, and lob or Satyr are so good against the Decurion too. We now have the barrage out. It's gonna be firing napalm, costing 250 metal. Oh, the Satyr are gonna die to the napalm, which then is gonna actually destroy the wreck too. The wrecks are gonna just be losing value. Oh, what the fuck? 1 second, guys. What was that? Weird. We just heard a sound. Anyways, the lobbers basically just need to push. Yeah, Decurion, like, I don't feel like the Decurion can even really effectively deal with the Satyr. That being said, if you aren't careful with the Satyr, they will die very quick. They're not very tanky. Decurion of his own coming out. I think that's a mistake. I think staying on Satyr is a smarter choice when you're playing those Decurion. They're just better. Decurion are just better. Or sorry, Satyr are just better than Decurion, is what I meant to say. I mean, there's really no comparison, but the thing is that now 8-bit is kind of falling behind actually on economy and is going to have a lot of reclaim left over here. Wow, the barrage has a lot more range than I realized, actually. That's crazy. It is cool how they, like, fold up. And then we have the beloved Decurions. So the problem with this barrage, I mean, if the player just leaves his army in it, sure. But the problem with the barrage is how are you supposed to push with your own army now? Yeah, like, what are you going to do? You've made a wall. Although I guess it does allow you to, like, push forward, basically. Oh, the lobber are going to be dissolved, decimated. Decurions might be one of my favorite unit, actually. That is a lot of Decurion. Eight-bit Pro could probably afford to just walk his commander all the way up here. So many Decurion here. I think it is possible to overinvest in them, but at the same time, like, this is a combined. Each one of these is 2,500 health, and he is like 14, so that's just insane. He basically, honestly, could just push with this and win. The Cletus is coming out. What a cool unit, too. Those Decurion, you just need to push. You just gotta push. That being said, maybe not through a bunch of napalm. But I guess it ends up being okay. You just keep them moving. And now the barrage are gonna die. Losing those suck. Oh my gosh. That is a lot of damage to the units there, but it is gonna leave the Decurion a little bit vulnerable. But they're gonna break through, and then there's gonna be just a follow-up. I don't think it's possible to answer this. The Satyrs should be used here. The Cletus, come on. Use these. Or send them around or something. Like, use them. Maybe a little bit of a overestimation of the power of the Decurion, though, as these are going to be dying relatively quickly. Ooh, but so do the... The Helios die as well, so... It's hard to say. It looks like the winner of this fight is actually going to be, by far, 8-Bit. However, now 8-Bit has a problem. Which is that there is about to be a large amphibious attack from the 305 range Cletus. A beautiful tank. Really nice design. Oh no, I think a little overextended here, as actually Carthaxis throwing his advantage a little bit. He's going to lose a lot of units here. The Decurion, okay, so he does end up cleaning up these Helios, and it looks like he's effectively won control of this wreck field as long as he plays his cards right. The Decurion now. Oh, and behind it all we have the Zagreus. And those Decurions now are gonna be... you still got a micro here, buddy. Oh, losing too many Decurions is not good still. You can't lose too many. A Decurion behind a bunch of winds, though, that I can just shoot down is really nice. And it's just going to be able to gun down pretty much this entire base. On the counterattack, though, these Sadists are in the base. They've made it into this base. They do have this Gauss cannon, which is nice. The way it unfolds is really nice as well. Oh, but the Decurion are just gonna melt them. So, a bit of a base trade, but a much more favorable base trade for 8-Bit. However, Commander Doom does have his commander over here, and he'll be able to make a lab in response, but I think it might be too little too late here. And 8-Bit just needs to come up with some kind of a victory conversion, right? So, what is he going to decide once he realizes where Carthaxis' commander is? What's Commander Doom gonna be going for here? Makes an otter first, the aquatic con. He's making 2 otters here. Okay, they're gonna both go reclaim the hell. I think it's pretty much done here. Eight-Bit needs to rebuild. Oh, I keep saying Carthaxis. The Curies is... I love the Curies. Also, hello VDB. Do you want to come cast if you're up? The Kiri's is like apparently a T3 pounder. I haven't gotten to play with it enough, but it seems like it would be cool. A bit of a funny situation here. As 8-bit. Oh my gosh. How much damage do these do each shot? Let's see. Oh, wow. Nice. They barely scratch the Decurion though. Oh, the Decurion are gonna just be able to gun down this lab though. Shoot down everything and it's gonna be game over here. It's gotta be game over for Commander Doom. It's just a matter of finding the right combination. We have the big boy, Arquebus, coming out. This beautiful spider tank. Really a beautiful, like, oh my gosh. I want to say that Tharsis made this, but I don't remember. Oh man, the Zagreus is such a crazy looking, like, can't believe that's a Resbot. I mean, Commander Doom, like, you gotta. He would say this is GG. Do you have a butt? Such a cool unit, though. Nicely done by 8-bit. What's the score? I don't know. Ender ID versus Sir Ice Cream. We're gonna rejoin the game here. Oh my gosh, is that VDB? It is. Hello.
Oh, hello, Nick.
How's it going?
Absolutely amazing. I got into bed and realised that you were casting
Battle started.
Final.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh wait, let me hold on. Let me get you audible through There we go. Now you should be coming through to stream. We're gonna watch.
G'day, everybody.
Yeah, this is VDB here. Are you we're watching, it looks like there's a T2 game actually from Ender IDs and Sir Ice Cream.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm just down to come along for a ride. I'm excited.
Nice. What is it? It's like early morning for you, isn't it?
It's 4 a.m. Yeah, I was just going to bed and then I saw you on. I was like, let's do it.
Yeah. Whoa. Nice. I have to turn on player cam. It looks like we're close to the end of the game. It's just that Sir Ice Cream needs to finish it out here. The gladiators are out. Looking cool.
Oh.
I love gladiators. Quick shot is here too. Quick shot, I feel like they don't get a lot of value.
I can't wait for the Legion to be fully finished because it's looking so good.
Yeah, I know. I'm really excited too. It's getting there. It's only C and C planes that needs to be finished.
Yeah.
The cleaver looks sick. I feel like there's a reason we don't see it a lot though. Oh yeah, there's this one. Jeez, those freaking AA like Gatling are so loud. I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn on the player camera here. This is the end, though. He does have a T3 lab up, though. That's crazy. He has Razorbacks coming out. Are they gonna be able? Is it gonna be enough? I think it's too little, too late. But
It's not very often you see T3 and 1v1s.
yeah, I don't know if we're actually gonna even see any T3 come out. Oh, we might. We're gonna see one Razorback come out. Is that one Razorback gonna be enough to stop the? I just realized that the Prometheus has like the same icon as Starlight's, which is a little confusing, but
Oh, yeah, that is a bit confusing.
yeah. I'll be right back.
This looks pretty open to me. Yeah, that's right, mate. I'll chat while you're gone. How's everybody's evening been going, or morning, or whatever it is for? I'm assuming this is the Americans one, right? Or is this Oceania Pacific? Carries is so powerful. It's really only vulnerable to kiting. Yeah. Its HP pool is so much, roughly 20, what is it, 22,000? I've somehow turned the stream back. There you go. Yes, sir. Ice Cream has a massive energy scaling in the back of his base. There's so many wins. Look at all those fusions as well. Surprised he hasn't won already, actually. Must have come close. These battle mechs might actually be able to turn the tides here. They're the ones you see on the left side of the screen when he zooms out a little bit. These ones here that he zoomed in on now. These might be able to turn the tide if used correctly. Looks like they're drawing the army quite away from the front, allowing him to get more battle mechs out. As long as he can get enough battle mechs out to defend this, it's going to prolong the game for quite a significant amount of time. Although I'm not sure how battle mechs square up against Legion units, as I haven't played too many Legion 1v1s. Massive reclaim field here as well, so if Ender can actually draw this army out of position and get that reclaim there, it's going to be living the dream. It is Pacific? Ah, okay, cool. Lovely, these are my people, man. These are my people. I'm stuck on the opposite side of the ocean. Ender might actually be able to pull himself back. I doubt it.
Yeah, those Razorbacks actually are kind of doing a lot more than I thought they would be. But they're getting res.
Yeah, I was talking with this about this with I think Mirror today. Like in 1v1s, if you see a player chasing a couple of units with his entire army, best way to win is just split your army up. Because you'll end up just chasing one, not splitting.
Yeah, yeah.
It's easy to fall for that trap when you're new to the game.
Yeah, definitely. I'm surprised this game is still going. Like, this is crazy. 40 minutes.
Yeah, the Razorbacks are just going to prolong it.
Yeah. Yeah, that being said, though, like, he's having his own Razorbacks rezzed against him, so there's just no holding it off here.
Yeah, eventually it'll just snowball into him. Just depends on what it is.
Dude, it's been a while since we've 1v1'd each other.
I haven't played 1v1s in a long time. I actually shook the rust off yesterday, played a bunch, and I went from 41 OS to 35.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I lost 6 OS in
in one
day,
sitting.
right? Yeah,
Dude, we've all been there. We've all been there.
It was fun though. I didn't even mind losing the OS. But that was fun. They'll lose a lot.
Oh, did I don't. Okay. Apprentice League. That was the end of round 2. Kind of a long round 2 actually. What was the score?
That's all right, mate.
Dude, we gotta do a 2v2 fight night soon.
Oh man, I love 2v2s.
Yeah. I want to pick
I really
map.
want to do.
What?
Go.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I really want to do an Archon tournament because there's that widget where you can get the units that come out of the lab instantly share to your teammate.
Oh
So
no.
one person can macro,
Yeah.
one person micro.
Well, the thing is, I feel like that's already what the meta of small teams is, but you have to like spend a lot of APM sharing the units. But I feel like that's like the fun of the role, actually.
Yeah, yeah, I like all the wacky strategies I see people come up with.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We're gonna move on to the next round. We have Gonk the Great versus Victoria, or Carthaxis versus
Oh,
Ender
that'll be a good
IDs.
one. Or do Gronk and Victoria.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna follow Victoria through. I have an issue apparently. Oh, what
Issue of
happened?
what?
Oh, I fixed it. Okay. Let's see. Gonk the Great versus Victoria. We saw Victoria use some Legion last game, but like, for the most part, it seems like she's been going for Cortex, which is, I don't know. I want to see more Legion, but of course I'm a big Legion fan, so.
Yeah, I love Legion. I haven't played them very much. I'm waiting for them to be finished so I can savor it. But
Conky.
yeah,
Oh my gosh. Gonk bans Aurelia right away.
that was such a good map.
Yeah. Aurelia is a tragedy to me. I wish my team picked it more in the qualifiers. Dude, I'm so bummed.
Is
I
it?
can't think about that too hard. It hurts.
Just think about all the exciting games that are coming up, even if you can't play them. You can
Yeah,
always watch them and cast them.
that's true. What's the Commander C pool? Oh, there kind of is one.
Let me should be how.
Is this it? Oh, I'm only an observer.
What are they trying to do? The map rotation.
I don't know. But I
Oh,
can't.
was he?
They didn't boss me.
What are these guys doing?
I don't know. They're being silly. Gonky the
Yeah.
Great TV. Who is Gonky the Great?
A great man. He's a
He's from is what? Wait, what's his flag?
yeah. I don't know where that is.
Guyana?
Guyana.
I've never
Yeah.
heard of that. He is streaming on Twitch though. Sure.
This is your first fight night, Gonki? What the heck?
I think it is. Yeah, I haven't seen him before. Oh, his
Gonki.
his Twitch is Our Lord and Savior Gonk.
Gonki. Yeah.
That's bold. Very bold. Okay, what's going on here?
I think he doesn't understand the rules very well, but that's fine. It's his first time. I guess he's not normally on when fight nights are on. This is cool. Do the Pacific ones turn out this busy often?
It's just once a month for both. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
stunning. It's nice to see some familiar faces around.
Yeah, it is. It's dude, it's late. Even for me it's late though. It's like already 9 p.m. I'm
Oh
running out
well.
of steam.
Yeah, I'm here to save you, brother.
I
I'm
know.
here to keep
I
the team going.
appreciate it. You've come to
Yeah.
save the stream.
Nah, you're doing amazing. I've just come to have a good time. I
List
couldn't let you have all the
rotation.
fun yourself.
Hell yeah. What do you think of this map, by the way?
Guess bag?
Yeah.
I've seen some strategies for it in 3v3s, but I still like feel like the jury's out on how to play it. You know, a lot of people don't get reclaim bots, but because they say they're not worth it on this map, but I think they
Really?
definitely are.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
there's so much energy here.
yeah, it's crazy. Well, like they'll get one reclaim bot, you know, but like,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, this is, I don't know, I have a love-hate relationship with this map. I really like it, but I always lose when I play it, so.
That's how I feel about it. I'm also very bad at this map. You have to
Yeah,
like, there's the geos that you kind of have to rush, but like you can't rush them too hard because you need to have units.
you need that middle, yeah.
Yeah, so
The
it's
high
like
ground on either side is really strong as well.
yeah, but it's also like so far away from your base, even if you spawn like
Hmm.
really close to it. So
Yeah, it's super scary.
it's a very interesting map. There's like a lot of metal in your base too, and it's like very defensible.
Yeah,
It's like
and
an
yeah, it's a very rich map.
yes, very rich. It's honestly hard to spend your metal on it. We do see Victoria going for 3 mechs solar. See, with Legion, like you should do just 4 mechs solar, in my opinion. But
Yeah, it's that's what I normally see people doing. Legion's pretty interesting how they get the energy from the mixes, but they get less metal. But you can also do the T1.5 mix that gives you extra metal, right? That costs energy.
yeah, it's like more
Yeah.
efficient energy conversion, but it takes longer to pay itself off.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's very good. I like Legion a lot. Actually, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
We see both players going for a mirrored 3 mech start. I just feel like as Legion, like you should go for the 4 mexes because you can do 4 mexes without stalling if you do the solar trick
Yeah.
on the fourth
It's
solar instead of
the
the third
yeah,
solar.
energy is really good. The less metal is really forces Legion into like getting less metal from your mixes forces Legion into greedily expanding. So you can
Yeah.
exploit that.
Yeah, and you can really take advantage of the fact that your mexes like produce energy so you can expand without expanding your energy economy in your base. But it
Yeah.
definitely
You start
yeah.
you start losing mixes and you start losing your energy income as well though, so you gotta be careful about that. If you over expand and you lose
Yeah.
a bunch of metals. Yeah.
Yeah, that's also true. Legion also it's very easy to get into a situation where you just don't have enough units to adequately defend against like a large mass of your opponent's units, so it's very challenging.
It's like first blood goes to Victoria, right?
Yeah.
I think that was yeah, Goblin on Goblin.
Victoria has a lot of units out, but her economy is looking like it's just struggling a little bit to keep up with Gonki, only because Gonki's gone for 4 mexes. Like they went for the same build, but because Victoria is working with already 4/5 metal, it's like I don't know. You might as well go for the fourth. If she had gone for a fourth mech, she would have been ahead in metal, So
Yeah. It pays to be a bit greedy at the start on this map as well because it's quite a distance to walk between the two bases. So you know you're
Yeah.
not like if you get rushed, it'll be ticks, which are easily defendable on this map.
Yeah, it's a very greedy map. Definitely rewards a lot of greed.
Mhm. It's also a map where you see some weird plays. You see a lot of people transition into air on this map
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, like as soon as you get also if you're playing Legion, like I kind of prefer to start near the Geo and get it up like as quickly as reasonable. And when you do that, as soon as you get it up, you can like upgrade your mexes. You can even like eat your T1 lab to upgrade the mexes. And
Yeah.
that it's just a very strong play as Legion because the Geo gives you enough energy for those 1.5 mexes.
Yeah, the Geo is such a burn on this map. If you can get those up, you're laughing. Because
Yeah,
the wind is really nice on this map, but you don't have the space.
yeah, and that's actually Aiden designed the map with that in mind to limit like wind scaling. Like wind is really high maximum, but it's limited by like just space basically.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty even looking. Do you have the spectator HUD, like with the
The
metal difference and stuff?
Yeah, I have the ultra advanced version on. I can actually,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, it's because I'm on my game. I'm just following your view. I'm on my laptop at the moment, which doesn't have
Yeah.
any any settings.
Okay, we're looking at uh a pretty big army value lead for Victoria. She has a bunch of those satyrs up, which they're so good at just like pushing back.
All right, there we go. I've got the stats up now, so I can see what I'm looking at.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Victoria's pretty far ahead here on the metrics.
Oh, this is a bit of a blunder though. Letting the satyr get surrounded by the pawns means that she's gonna lose all of them for very minimal pawn trades. Oof, that's a bummer. So Aiden pointed out, or not Aiden, but Zagapi, who made the Prism map, pointed out to me that, like, the map normals, the way that mappers have been making their normals, which is how you, like, shade your map so that you can see, like, the curvature, like here.
Yeah.
It's so exaggerated. And ever since he pointed that out to me, I'm, like, noticing, like, how exaggerated the, like, shadows and stuff are. So
Was it just so people can see easier?
yeah, I think it does actually. Yes, I guess it does help with like visibility maybe, but I don't know. I think it's just a method that's been used. So Aiden is
Oh
probably gonna
yeah.
update this map with the new normals soon and like just watch
Oh
out for
nice.
that. Yeah. See if the
Cool.
details change.
Pawns trade very well if you run into them like this, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be a bad trade for Victoria here.
Yeah, Victoria seems like she's kind of struggling to use the lobbers a little bit. Losing them for free is never gonna be good. I think
Never
that
a good time.
Phobos, yeah, I think Phobos do well against pawns, but I'm actually not sure.
What is
Oh,
that? I don't think I've seen this before. So
Phobos.
cute.
Yeah, they are really cute. Their walking animation is kind of crazy. That's kind
Yeah.
of goofy. Oh, and then it like
I really
slows.
like the centaurs. Centaurs are quite cool. They're very powerful.
Yeah. Well, the Phobos is the new name for the centaur.
This is a new model.
Yeah, yeah.
What? When did that get changed?
New, couple of weeks ago, and they got a new name too. They're now called Phobos.
Oh. Is this because I always used to call them Centurions by accident? Did the devs
Yeah,
help me out
well,
with that one
I
then?
think it's also just to like they're not they were I guess they are kind of centaur like, but like they yeah, I don't know. I think there was like cuz like if you shorten both of their names it's like cent, you know, centurion, centaur,
Yeah,
sense.
true. Yeah.
These are a cool unit, but I wish they were stronger. They're honestly not strong enough for how much metal they cost.
Very good raiding units though, right? If you can get them past, like
Yes.
they're weak to static D, but if you can get around it, good for damage.
Yes, but like they still I don't know, they're not like an amazing I think considering how much you have to pay for one, they just don't do enough. They are such a
Better.
cool unit though with the new model.
Yeah. Reminds me of Zoids. If anybody's that old cartoon.
I am of Zoids.
Yeah, Zoids. Yeah.
Zoids. I don't know what that is. Maybe someone in the chat will
Like,
know.
I think it was like early 2000s. It's like,
Karth.
I don't know, battle mechs, but they're wolves and stuff. So it's like a robotic wolf that you control.
Yeah,
Quite cool.
dang. Victoria has invested heavily into Phobos. She needs to get value here. I feel like you could kill a commander with these if you surround it.
Is there any places she can go to for the value? Is there anywhere like undefended that she could slip through?
She's gonna have a hard time getting through here, but if she goes like directly through here, she might be able to get some value. Alternatively, she does have actually a really nice path directly into his auxiliary base here. Okay, he's gone for 2 labs actually. I love plays
Going
like
for
this.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not super ideal, but it is nice to be able to do that.
Well, keeping the bot lab's not too bad because you always want res bots. So as long as you have the metal for it,
Yeah.
it's not a terrible play.
The Phobos are gonna be just enough to kind of just plow through everything. But see, even here, like, that LLT is just gonna be able to, like, shoot down 2 low health Phobos. It's just like, they're so expensive.
Yeah. They're gonna
And then
die to
they're,
these guys if they don't
yeah.
fight. Yeah.
They don't even
They
get,
should.
they don't trade at all with pawns. That's horrible. Pawns
Yeah,
are,
well, they do really well against pawns if they kite them. They can
yeah,
kite pawns, but
yeah, you can't really run, like, kiting is so important.
yes, the times where micro actually matters. Sometimes it doesn't matter too much, but there's certain points where you need to micro.
Definitely. I mean, Victoria's definitely been able to make a very convincing lead for herself. It's just a matter of closing the game out right now, I think, actually.
Yeah, she's just got to be careful of not donating too much metal in the ways of wreckages, and
Yeah.
then she got to get them.
Yeah, she's going to be losing a lot of units, but the thing is that, like, she has so many Phobos here that it's just going to be so powerful.
Does Victoria have any geos? No, Gonki has both geos. Oh my god, OP.
Yeah, he got both geos up, and he has a lot of reclaim here. This is not looking actually very good for Victoria right now.
Looking
Ooh,
dangerous.
those Janus, 2 Janus shots just took out 2 Phobos, which is like 300 metal too.
Yeah, those, yeah. No, I think the Phobos have their place, but it's not on the front lines.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, now that she's kiting maybe a little more, it's better, but Gonki the Great, I thought that Victoria was in the lead, but Gonki's been able to honestly take back a pretty nice advantage. He has a lot of resbot. Oh no, those are Victoria's resbots, sorry. He's maybe trying to spread his metal too thin here, and he's overflowing. He is overflowing VDB. He's overflowing almost 1,000 metal or 1,000 energy per second.
Energy.
Almost a fusion worth. He's at 100,000 excess energy.
Holy hickers.
So he has both, like,
Yeah,
he
what
has
a
the
fuck, man.
advantage of both geos, but then he's throwing all of it away right now. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, the metal excess is at 821 for him as well, so he's almost overflowed 1,000 metal.
Oh my
So yeah,
gosh.
you know, you have the eco leads, but if you're not using that lead, it's pretty worthless. Looks like it's actually evening up the game now.
Yeah,
So
they're fairly even currently.
yeah, a little bit of a pendulum game. Looked like Gonki was doing really good at the start, and then Victoria really was applying a lot of pressure. Now it's
I-
sort of swinging back the other way again.
And Victoria knows how to close the game out. She's making
Yeah.
12 mosquitoes, I believe. 10
I'm
mosquitoes.
hoping for a calm snipe. Looks like his commander's out of position. He's going to get caught by
Yeah.
those phobos.
Oh, do you think the Vobos can kill it? Oh no, he's gonna get his
No.
D-gun off. Yeah, a very
Yeah.
nice D-gun. But Victoria
he
does
spotted, though.
see the commander now, so she should be able
Yeah.
to. She should be able to go and just snipe the commander pretty easily.
12 is more than enough, but she will need a scout plane for that radar.
Ooh, I don't get why
She's
she's going. I don't get why she's going out this way. What was
goes
the
for
point of
sniper,
that?
right? Probably theater vision. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a good point.
There, see, he just goes invisible and
Oh no,
he's
but
all
she,
great.
come on, she has to have pinged or
Right
paid.
up.
Oh, he goes, he uncloaks for a second. I don't know if she was watching, but he uncloaked. I don't think he has the energy to cloak. He
He's
uncloaked
walking.
again.
He's just because he's walking. What's he doing?
Oh, he just D-gunned like
suicide.
5 of them.
That's suicide.
Oh no, he
Why would he do
uncloaks.
that?
He
Oh my
recloaks.
god.
What's going on? Oh my gosh. Is he gonna escape? No, don't give up.
He needs to stop moving.
Oh, but the fighters are out.
No way. He's
His
staying
commander
that off?
escapes at 24%.
I can't believe it.
Literally, if
What
she
did you
just
witness?
went a little faster to his commander, I think his commander would have died.
Yeah.
That being said, she does have a huge mass of Phobos that can just move in right now. She needs to not
just
go
go
that
forward,
way.
yeah.
I guess going that
Yeah.
way is fine, but if she could just find the base here.
The Geo works as well. She can get the Geo. Or
Yeah,
build-
she's just
build
going
around
for the Geo.
all over her.
Just snipe the Geo. Come on.
Yeah.
Is she going to do it?
Surely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that
there's-
actually goes down really easy. It is going to
Yeah.
kill
Yeah, they're really
most.
good at mating.
Yeah, she does lose all of the Phobos for it, though. That's pretty costly,
Yeah.
and he does have Resbots, like, at the ready. However, she does have a bunch of these Ballista moving through, and these Ballista are really strong.
He's also having a counter attack on the southern side there. I'm not sure what he's using.
He does. How do the Ballista fare, though? Because it actually seems like they're doing decently against pawns only because they have the really high AoE.
Massive AoE, yeah. Lots of reclaim on the floor still for everybody, but there is a lot of battles going on, so dangerous for respots.
Yeah, Victoria's being a little too not using her. She has a couple of thousand metal and res bots, 1,000 metal and res bots that she's not using. Also, losing those ballistas is gonna be brutal.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that was like a couple thousand metal and ballista. That really sucks actually for her. I don't think it'll matter though because she does have a decent lead in terms of army value still, despite those
Yeah.
losses, and she has a fairly large bit of reclaim. It's just a matter of what she does with it. She's actually going T2 before getting the second GO2, which is interesting.
We can call you Calf. Alright, we'll call you Calf.
She's gonna reclaim the solars before okay, she's at least gonna reclaim the wreck, so going T2 does make sense here. And those ballista
Yeah.
are gonna be really good at dealing with the stouts.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
she's
seem like a
actually
pretty
rezzing.
solid unit if you can keep them alive. I'm not sure if rezzing is the way to go here. I think a tech change needs to happen. So, like, you're probably
Yeah.
going up a tech. That's looks like what's going on, but you'd want to reclaim instead of reviving for that.
Yeah, she could have paid for this T2 lab already, basically. I mean, at the same time,
Yeah.
she is leaving, the two solars there, so I don't know, but yeah,
I
resing a
reckon
mistake.
the respots for the Legion should be all terrain. That would be so nice because they look like they should be as well.
Yeah, although they're just four-legged and they're saying, it's the philosophy is supposed to be that any six-legged unit is all terrain, four-leg is.
Uh,
But
just
I
forward.
guess it has more to do with like their posture, but either way. I think the thing is here, like Victoria could have made a bunch of phalanx. I like that she's going into phalanx now because phalanx just decimate pawns, but she could have gone for them a little earlier. If
That's
she,
the like it's like a gunslinger with a shield, right? It's
yeah,
like
it's basically a fast brute or a fast
pounder.
pounder. Yeah,
Yeah, a super tanky pounder.
yeah. The Phobos are so underwhelming when they're like in a head-on engagement.
Yeah,
They're
I
just
don't think they're for actually fighting units. Like they're for once the gap's been punched through, slipping through and getting to the eco because they destroy buildings like eco buildings so fast.
Yeah. Victoria again, it's like she macro on this map with Legion is tricky, but you really want to get those geos up and go for those T1.5 mexes and
Yeah,
then go T2 and transition, but she is at least getting these phalanx out.
yeah. Legion's so like Legion feels so different to the other two factions. Just because it changes your eco enough to make it slightly awkward for less experienced players like myself.
Yeah.
Legion's kind of awkward for me to play.
Yeah, it is like kind of tricky to learn, but at the same time like what's a couple extra units?
Yeah,
A lot of them do what you would expect once you figure out what their role is. We see them with their cool shotgun. I love phalanx. Like they just decimate T1.
yeah,
Maybe over tuned
they're
for
so
it.
good.
How fast are they actually? 50.
Not super fast.
For T2 that's fairly fast actually, I would say. Oh, here you can see one of them lost its shield. Oh wow, they died quick without it.
This looks dangerous for Victoria.
Yeah, but I think she's getting the phalanx out at a reasonable rate. She just could. Her micro is maybe a little lacking right now, but once she just needs to clean it up a little bit, and yeah, now she'll be able to reclaim and print a bunch of phalanx. And she does have her T2 mexes up, so she needs to
That's
get
the most
that.
important thing.
Yeah, she needs her advanced geo.
Yeah, for sure. Seeing as she only has the one geo as well, so you need to
Yeah,
get that up.
hoplites. Have you seen hoplites before?
Mm,
The new
I think I've
Strider.
Oh, is that what they are? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, these phalanx are just so good against T1. Like, there's seriously no counter in T1 for them.
In T1. Yeah, there's not many T2 units that like once a T2 lab comes up, T1 becomes ineffective very quickly.
Yeah. But then Legion kind of struggles against the other factions in T2.
Mm.
Oh, we have
yeah,
a,
T3 is crazy.
sorry. Yeah. Proteus is out.
What are these? Are these the repair bots?
Yes. The new infestors are going to be so cool. They aren't in the game yet, but
This
these on
is
it?
so cool in concept.
Yeah. I want them to add a fourth faction after Legion. I'm sure there will be.
Humans. And they're just squishy and weak.
Oh no. Countered by everything, basically.
Everything. A breeze.
I mean, Victoria just needs to push here. There's no like, I mean, oh, Gonki's gone for bowls actually. Okay, a little late. If Victoria pushes before Gonki can get a significant number of bowls up, then she'll be in a good spot. But she needs to push. It's gonna be hard to push into the beamer turrets.
It does
So,
go
I mean, that being said, actually they tank really well. Just keep pushing.
there.
Yeah.
You just need to commit.
Yeah, Victoria's waiting, just like basically giving free damage. There's enough with 5 cons here, though. They are building these turrets insanely quick.
Yeah, it's just a shame he doesn't have the energy to sustain it.
Yeah. Victoria,
Where's that ball gone? Oh, it's gone middle.
I think Victoria's convincingly won here.
You reckon?
Maybe not. But the
I mean,
phalanx,
there's a lot of phalanx. Yeah.
yeah, the pawns just can't do anything to them. Like, they can maybe take
Oh,
out
no, yeah.
1 or 2.
They're just there to soak up damage at this point. I wouldn't even really be wasting my metal on them. Because they're
Yeah.
going to leave the Geo. That Geo might take them with it.
I don't even think the
gets too
Geo's
close,
gonna
she's
take
going
out the phalanx actually, because it'll probably, yeah, look, oh, it took out some of their shields, did a little bit of damage, but bowls do seem to hold up fairly well against them though.
Yeah, they're okay as a stun. It's like fighting a pounder with stouts, you know? Just gets annoying.
Yeah, definitely. Although, but like then again, it's like he can't really, like, what's he gonna do about the 10 phalanx moving in over here, 8 of them?
Yeah, exactly. The ball's gonna have to go back. And hope
Victoria
that
has also
doesn't
made
push.
sorry, she made an arquebus.
Those are the long range, like railgun boys, right?
Yeah, they're not as long range as you would think, but they're all terrain.
It's like a budget spot style.
Yeah. They're almost more like an
Someone's been rolling.
all-terrain. I want to say they're almost more like an all-terrain Sheldon, actually.
Ooh,
Man, those bowls do so much damage.
I love balls. I was very sad today because I found out balls can't even scratch carriers. So, so I had a little cry because I really like balls and I want them to beat everything.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, bowls just decimate the phalanx. There's like not even a comparison there. But with Arquebus up, it will be a little better. But then it's like Legion has the, or not Legion, Armada has the long range Tachyon. What he needs to make is a Thanatos, which has crazy good range. Or she needs to make it.
Thanatos.
Oh, Charles
He's very-
Warmonk is dropping. Okay.
Might be in for a decently long game here. I thought this game would have been over a lot quicker, but they both players sort of just not willing to give in.
Yeah. Victoria needs to just like push or find the commander or something, which it looks like she might be able to do here.
Yeah, almost
Just
had him
keep
before
pushing.
the mosquito
Victoria, just push. Oh, she might actually find the commander here though.
He's too not enough energy to invis. If you check her view, does it?
And the arquebuses are gonna do well versus the bull.
Commander's under attack up top there. Does get some D guns off. I think he managed to D gun all the ones that were attacking him.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, he took a scratch. Has lost some expansions though, so now he's definitely pinned into a corner, and Victoria's in that snowball position for certain now. It's her game to win.
Yeah, Victoria has so many tier 2 metal extractors up. It's going to be really hard to deal with. And she can also afford the arquebus firing now at like a reasonable pace. They honestly don't do enough damage though. It's like they're a
Hmm.
little underwhelming. Legion
Yeah,
T2 in general, once it goes against other T2, is very underwhelming.
yeah. I think the best thing for Legion to do is try and get to T3 stage as fast as possible, but that's very hard to do.
Yeah, get like the Kiris out.
Yeah. And the what's the other one that looks similar to it? It's oh my gosh, I can't remember.
Um,
Is it the Decurion? Is that T3? No.
the Decurin's the T1. The T3, I know what you're talking about. It's like the heavy tank.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called
Carries
though.
and something else. Yeah. If you get
Yeah.
both those tanks out, they like work together so well. They're so unstoppable.
Yeah, Victoria really just needs to like heal these and push.
Or bombing run, or nuke, or there's a lot of things to end the game here. I wouldn't
Yeah,
suggest going nuke, but just find that win condition and execute it. There's
I
not
mean,
enough
and
air up on the enemy side to stop you.
honestly, I think a nuke right now would be a great idea because he doesn't have any anti-nuke,
Yeah,
and there's like no pressure on her side of the map.
yeah.
That's something like autopilot would do.
Just get the nuke ready. It's hard to tell when you're playing where you and your opponent are at. Normally in higher level games, the pressure is constant, so you can sort of tell. But you can
Yeah,
see that Victoria, it hasn't pushed all the way up to where Gonki's units are, so she can't tell that he doesn't have all those mixes. She obviously knows, but she can't tell if they're expanding again.
yeah. Ooh, ticks are gonna be coming out now, but the
You know,
phalanx are
thing.
gonna be doing pretty well at cleaning up.
Looks like push on the north side doesn't quite get through. Damn, Gonki just threw a whole bunch of units away there.
Wow, this game is nearing 30 minutes.
Yeah. What's
I think that's the
do
time
you
limit.
see? Oh, is it?
For there not to be a second game. Oh, what's going on? Oh, internet. Okay.
Uh, do you see a win condition for Gonki here?
Battle started.
Nuclear bombers probably actually.
Uh,
No, never
technically,
mind, because Victoria has
that's
all these
what- yeah.
fighters out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I still think a nuclear bomber play is possible if Gonki were to get a bunch of fighters of his own.
Yeah.
Alternatively, like there's really aren't a lot of options. But it does seem like Bulls were doing really well against Phalanx.
Victoria is currently 16,000 metal up, totally produced
Oh my
against
gosh, yeah.
Gonki. So that's like that should be enough metal to win you the game. It's just trying to put that metal into useful uh,
Yeah.
areas, avenues.
Yeah, she honestly just needs to push more than
Yeah.
anything. Because Gonki is right now pretty much only making ticks and very slowly adding bowls on to his composition.
Bulls are expensive as well, so every time he builds a bull, it's those four bulls are almost a fusion. One
Oh
more
my
bull,
gosh.
and so
Yeah, they
five
are.
bulls is a fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to Phalanx, which are 400. Okay, yeah. Very expensive bowls. The arquebuses are going to be wasting their shots on the ticks, which sucks.
Yeah. Oh, AoE all those ticks. That's a shame.
Yeah, like
Looks like
phalanx
there's a
are...
massive push coming.
Yeah, this is... How many phalanx are we looking at here? 14,000 metal and phalanx, almost 15,000.
Little halo on a phalanx. Yeah, I wish these guys did a little bit more damage.
Dude, the sound design though is so good on the arquebus. And the arquebus do add a lot to the composition. Like they're definitely helping with the bowls, but they're such like short range. I don't know. They feel weak.
The maneuverability of them, I think, is a big factor. Like having them up on that ridge there would really benefit because you can actually bring them back and forward across that ridge to shoot into get directly into their base. You can even go up around those cliffs on the right side and destroy the geo from behind.
Yeah.
Looks like the north side's fallen though, and Gonki's about to die.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Gonki is gonna try to degun these, but I don't know if he'll be able to degun them in time. They do a lot of damage to the commander. Oh, he's gonna get a couple deguns off. But not before dying, he's gonna go down. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there it is.
The last shot lands and Gonki is defeated by Victoria. Wow, that's a lot of phalanx. Almost 50 phalanx. No game 2.
Oh, that's right. Oh, my game crashed. I couldn't check the graph. Oh, well.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh god, the sun is coming up.
Oh my gosh. The sun's just gone down for me. That was crazy.
Oh my god, the world works. Either one of us is lying or the world is round. Are you ready done it?
Alright. One for Gonk. Gonk should have 2 wins. I'll give him 2 wins. It won't mess up anything, but I appreciate you pointing that out.
Your set was tied. You would have played the tiebreaker, but they dropped out.
Oh.
Three wins, 3 losses. That's a pretty good deal, Clayson. That's a pretty good deal.
I think we're gonna move into the next round. As Victoria takes that one.
1 win, 5 losses. It can only go up from here. There you go, mate. It can only get better.
Karth versus Ender ID. A Theta Crystal game going for 12 minutes. Theta Crystals always leads to long games. It's kind of one of those like map designs that just does that. I'll be right back.
I've just got to download the map, so I'll be joining everybody post haste. I will keep trying to alt tab and read your messages because I don't have to control the camera, so I can do those things. How's everybody been enjoying Fight Night tonight so far? Or this morning or today, depending on where you live. Been living the dream. Watching some people actually go at it, layering each other, throwing insults, good-natured insults.
All right. I'm back.
So it looks
Sorry.
like mosquitoes are just getting shot down by a bunch of AA bots at the moment.
Oh yeah. Yeah, mosquitoes I think honestly are a little overhyped just because people don't expect them yet. It's like a
It's
banshee calm snipe, you know.
yeah, it's always animal now. The banshee doesn't work as well as mosquitoes. I think that's why people are loving them so much. Mosquitoes, so
Yeah, the
hey.
mosquitoes you have less time to react to.
Yeah.
But it is very satisfying to pull off mosquitoes calm snipe. Oh my gosh. Karth is just
Sometimes in general.
leaving their entire top side vulnerable to raid right now. But then Ender ID is just, oh, he goes, okay, he goes for it finally.
That's a lot of naked mixes. What is going on here?
Oh, but Ender IDs is gonna shy away.
Wow. Looks like those mosquitoes have got their value. I don't know about building more. You know your opponent's building AA to stop you.
Mm-hmm. Well, this entire side is undefended though.
Both sides are undefended for both players.
Yeah. But Ender
Yeah.
is gonna try to fight into the lobbers instead of just running away, and I don't like that because it's just
Just leaving a middle field here.
yeah. When you could have gotten honestly a lot of value by going around.
There's 8 unprotected mixes behind him and around the corner that he could have cleared, which would have been super invaluable.
Yeah.
That's a lovely reclaim field there for Calf, though. If he gets that reclaim, that's going to really inject a substantial boost into his economy.
Jeez. Almost 4,000 metal and reclaim.
Whoa.
Like, what could have been a really nice raid just clearing out all of these expansions ended up being a really big feed, unfortunately.
Yeah. These things happen, though. This is lessons you have to learn the hard way. Yeah, oh, that's a lot of metal.
Yeah, that is a lot of metal.
How many anti-air bosses was that? How many?
How many
They
anti-air bots?
actually, yeah, they maybe saved grace.
It's 1,000 for. It's
Oh, there's 8 of
125
them.
metal
Yeah.
for the
No, I
cross.
mean, like, how many was the army? There's 8 there. That might save him from all those mosquitoes. Might actually be a good play.
He has 13 actually.
13? No, okay. Oh, he's got some back to his main base.
Oh, he has 13 there and 20. Oh no, I see. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I see.
Here comes the mosquitoes. Wonder
Let's see. Yeah, I think. I mean, maybe if the mosquitoes were targeting the AA, they could maybe kill the crossbows in time. But
Yeah, it's only tier 1 AA, so it's pretty weak, but if they don't target.
these construction aircraft are just gonna be reclaiming here. The crossbows are doing well.
Decent work, yeah.
Although I think the mosquitoes are getting their value still. Mosquitoes honestly have a lot of health.
Seems like more than they should. Seems they should.
Maybe. I think there's a proposed change which I think is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
That
you gotta remember
maintains.
as well that the T1 AA is very weak. Like
Yes.
the AA boss.
Yes, I do agree, but the change right now that I heard being discussed keeps the power level, but it like reduces the time that it can be active. Oh my gosh. Karth is going
Oh, that's
for a
good.
Tyrannus right now. He's playing it up for the stream. Like, that's hilarious. He has a bunch of metal that he could reclaim here and make the Tyrannus with.
Yeah, he's big up on it for the stream, but yeah. One of the best units in the game, just for visual aesthetics.
Yeah, in terms of the unit design, the Tyrannus is gorgeous.
Yeah, just so everything from Legion. I haven't heard a single person bad talk the Legion unit design.
They're
so good.
They're really well designed, and it's crazy when you see like how far they've come from where they started. the heat ray tower, the way that it like leans to shoot, it's kind of hilarious. Yeah. Oh, he just spotted the Tyrannus. If only Karth was reclaiming these solars, like the Tyrannus could maybe be up by now.
Yeah. How much energy is the excess? 120,000. Oh no.
Yeah. And he's still producing lobbers.
He's building, yeah. He needs to stop building those lobbers to reclaim the lair. I don't know.
That's unfortunate. I think he was winning, honestly, and I think the Tyrannus play was very greedy. But that being said, it looks like he might have enough lobbers to defend now.
He can even reclaim all that stuff right outside his base. Like, yeah, he does need more power though. Trying to build a Tyrannus on 866 power is insanity.
Legion Air is not unbalanced.
It's not unbalanced. It's pretty weak, right? The fighters and stuff for Legion Air are pretty weak, right?
Yeah, the fighters suck. But
that's the main thing for air. Like the main thing you want for air is really good anti-air.
It's honestly a macro issue, though. But yeah, I think it could definitely use some tuning, of course, as a lot of things in the game could use. This Tyrannus still is just not coming up. Yeah, mosquitoes, I could say, are probably a little overtuned.
A little bit, yeah, but it's fun. It's part of the fun. Can't wait for this Tyrannus to come up. He's going to have a million fighters when it does, because he gets so much warning.
Yeah. Oh, Clayton says hello from California. Been a blast. Thank you, everyone, for playing. Yeah, we still have one more round after this.
Finally playing tournament games in bar is fun. Would like to play more games, but it's hard to find. Oh, bro, we play 1v1s all the time. You just gotta find the people who play 1v1s and befriend them.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the Tyrannus is out. It only took like 10 minutes.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So this is definitely gonna go to half an hour by the time the Tyrannus flies across.
It's so beautiful.
He's gonna pet it.
Oh, what is he doing? Imagine if the Tyrannus was like a transport. It almost looks like it could be like a T3 transport.
That'd be crazy.
If it ever... What? Oh my gosh. It's so good. I love watching the Tyrannus in action. The way it's like spinning around too. Oh no, the fighters are coming.
Yeah. Is there enough? Is there enough fighters? Yes.
Oh no, the Tyrannus is gonna go down so quick. There is gonna be AA available, but I don't think I think it's too little, too late, and the fighters are just gonna. 4%. Oh no, and it doesn't leave a
Only
wreck.
just. That's crazy. He only just went down.
What a sad moment. And
He's
the
got
over.
another one.
Yeah, when you lose it, just replace it. Okay.
Oh, God, what are we watching?
Yeah, we just need to see this game end. What's the score? I need to know.
So we're
I'm-
looking at. Go on.
Oh, I was just saying, Karth kind of threw the game trying to go for the Tyrannus, but now it's just a matter
Twice.
of finding a way to end it, right?
Well, both players can end it here. They're not like insanely far off from each other. I mean, Karth has 10,000 more metal produced, but a lot less energy, but that doesn't really matter because the energy is just spent venom.
Yeah.
Um, and Karth actually has an excess energy metal, which is insane. So,
Oh no. How much?
but I can't wrap my head around his strategy. He's got 3 T1 labs building, and he's building a Tyrannus as well. And he's got no, like, build power.
He could just eat these two T1 labs here, like, really quickly and just finish the Tyrannus, but he doesn't even really have build power, actually.
Yeah.
Tough.
I mean, if I was in his position, I would, yeah, definitely stop producing those ground units, reclaim those labs, get fighters to go with the Tyrannus, just go fly over there, basically win.
Yeah, if he had fighters, he probably could have won something.
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, okay, Karth is gonna get aggressive finally, and I think this is a game-ending push as long as he
That,
commits
how many
with
lobbers?
it. We are looking at 84 lobbers.
Whoa.
And I mean, they are doing okay against the pawns. Like, honestly, for how many lobbers are here, they're not doing very good.
No.
But you just gotta commit to the push at this point. Like, okay, now you've killed everything. Now you just turn around and just push.
And you just go. Yeah,
Don't
that's
go
game
back.
if he just pushes in.
Yeah, there's nothing to
Just
stop
walk
you
straight
here.
in.
I mean, there
Yeah.
are sprinters, but... Oh, and now the
Oh, he's got
Tyrannus...
T2?
Another
Oh,
Tyrannus is out. Such a cool unit.
Yeah. So, wait, Ender's got T2?
Ender... yes. And Ender's actually ecoed.
Oh, he could,
Oh, no,
get some welders out or something, but I think this might be.
Yeah. Now the
There's nothing to
Tyrannus
protect
is...
the Tyrannus, though.
Yeah.
He might go down again, it's gonna go down again.
Oh, the fighters, though. Oh my gosh. They just kill the Tyrannus immediately. He keeps throwing them away.
I mean, he's gonna lose all his fighters, but all he needs to do is kill that Tyrannus, that's all the fighters are for.
Yeah,
Damn,
but
dude.
you kill the fighters, you kill the Tyrannus, I mean, and then how do you stop this? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this many
So
lobbers.
many lobbers.
Yeah. Or sorry, the
mean,
satyrs.
At 20, are they satyrs now?
Yeah.
At 26 minutes, you should be expecting this many satyrs if they don't really have anything else.
Yeah, I mean, he saw them, you know. He just kept throwing pawns is the issue.
Yeah.
I mean, that being said, he is grouping up the... Karth is grouping up the satyrs maybe a little too much. And he's gonna run away from the commander. Come on. Oh, the lobbers just went into high trajectory mode for a second.
Huh.
I forget that they have that.
It's automatic now, right?
I think it's always been automatic, actually.
Oh, So that's game. Well done, Carl.
Yeah, clean game.
I
Ender's
tell you
commander.
what, I'm very surprised Carl managed to win with that push after double booting.
Yeah, I thought that Karth threw the game a little bit, but I guess not.
Yeah.
Oh, each
There's
volley.
just
This volley's
blitzing.
gonna end it. Sorry.
Oh, he's playing the most dangerous game of dodgeball of his life.
Wow,
There we
he
go.
played it well. That was a nice little dodgeball. But yeah, there's no winning after that. Nicely done. Okay.
Alright, let's have a look at this.
Yeah, let's see what the next round is gonna be. That was a bizarre game.
That was a weird game, yeah. That's why I love Apprentice League so much, because you get all these like
Yeah.
you can't predict what's gonna happen. It's
When's the
impossible.
last? Yeah. When's the last time we saw a dragon or Tyrannus in a 1v1?
Yeah. A hot minute ago for me.
Okay, it looks
Engineer's
like
bullshit.
we
Bunch
have
of answers for it.
yeah, Victoria versus the chronographer.
Huge.
Oh, Victoria and Carthaxis already tied. But Victoria has a higher Buchholz, so interesting. This round is going to be maybe deciding. We'll see. I should decide a winner. Hopefully we don't have a tie, but we'll see. Should we watch Carthaxis versus Gonk or Victoria versus a chronographer? I kind of feel like we've seen a lot of Victoria, so maybe Karth versus Gonk, but what do you think?
Oh, sorry, was that Carth versus Gonk or
Victoria versus chronographer.
we haven't seen chronography yet, but we've seen all the other players. So
Chronographer,
how'd you
yeah.
watch the first round?
Yeah, we saw him like the first round, I think.
Oh, okay. We can hang out here and watch Gonk, I guess.
All right.
Because then we don't need to change lobby.
Yeah, it is definitely the last round.
Man, I'm going straight to bed after this. I'm gonna dream of Beyond All Reason.
Oh, I guess we have an odd number of players, so Chimp's gotta buy this round. It happens.
Nice. You get to watch and you get the points.
Yeah.
What more could you want? You usually make a lobby and waits 5 to 10 minutes to find someone. Yeah, I know. That's kind of what it's like sometimes. Sometimes you get on and there's like a bunch of 1v1s going on. Usually the 1v1 lobbies is like one lobby and everybody just spectates.
Yeah.
Bit of a different scene. Oh, we're at the everyone's left the lobby. We've lost our people.
Yeah, I know. Where'd they go?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. All right. While we're waiting, I'll be right back.
That's fine. I don't know what to say to you guys. I'm normally full of vim and vigor, but I'm slowly falling asleep. So I'll try and stay as excited as I can. You guys gotta make the games exciting. Keep me jumping and shouting. Guys, kick me from my own lobby. me. Why'd you guys do that to him? Oh my god.
Gonky bans Aurelia like right away every game.
Every damn. Is he got PTSD after this? I'm pretty sure that these guys joined someone's lobby and kicked them from their own lobby and took it over. This Commander Doom guy. Poor fella.
That's so funny.
What's he like? I don't think there is a command to list the tourney maps, right? I know there's a command to set the rotation to tournament maps, but that's not been updated. There's no list for it, I don't think. Pulls the second ban. Damn, how do you feel about that one, Neb? He's still gone. Anyone who doesn't know, the pools map, not the map pool, the pools map in the map pool, is made by none other than Neb himself, esteemed host for the evening. Oh, I've lost chat. Ice cream? List rotation maps if they set it. Oh, you have to set the rotation though, right? I don't think the rotation that can be set has been updated recently.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah, I can't believe they banned pools. Such a good map.
Yeah. It's an amazing map. We've been playing a bunch of 1v1s on it.
It's pretty fun for 1v1.
Yeah, it's a bit more tactical.
The problem is, like, my first map has been pretty popular, so, like, now my second map, like, there's no way I can top it, you know?
Yeah, you can top it, mate. You can do better.
We'll see.
I really like how it's 3 distinct lanes.
Well, that's what I think makes a really good 1v1 map, is, like, if you design a 1v1 map to be a 3v3 map, you get a really good map.
Mm-hmm. But it's too choky for me at times. But it is a very, very well designed map.
Yeah, it is a very choky map, which was like kind of intentional because the game design team actually asked for more like choky maps.
It's very good that it's choky as well because it's such a long walk distance that by the time you get to the choke points, like it'd be around the time that the game would be decided if it was uneven anyway. So it sort of leans to easier T2 transitions. Like it sort of nudges people to the T2 transition.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh god, I forgot to follow your camera. There we go.
Alright, Gonky is going for a very like central start. Well, Carthaxis is going for this corner start. Probably going into Alaris.
What one's your preferred start location on this map?
If you're going for vehicle, probably here.
Yeah.
I do like here, but you know, this spot does actually look pretty good. It gives you like nice expansion paths to all 6 dense spots.
I like that he has AA. I think the AA he has is too strong. As a Banshee enjoyer.
Yeah, maybe it is too strong. Maybe the other commanders need it. I feel like he gets the AA missile though to replace the laser AA. But other commanders
Yeah,
have.
and he gets torpedoes too, which is stronger than the
The
underwater.
Yeah, the torpedoes are really annoying actually. I don't know. There's definitely still some like kinks to iron out.
Yeah. Yeah, I like these expand paths for Gonki. You just are a little bit more open in the early game, but being a Armada bot lad, you have those ticks to cover those early gaps in your armor. Whereas Carfaxis doesn't have that luxury as a Legion player, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Alaris are actually really good at like closing gaps. If you are good with them, they're just a little more like micro intense.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the ticks are super micro intense too, so. The Alaris is actually super strong, so we'll be looking to see about four. I think four is what you need.
Yeah,
Because four Alaris one shot grunts, so you
yeah,
can. It's a really good rating party. Five is probably
yeah.
perfect. But yeah.
You need basically twice as many as you would expect if you're playing like incisors or blitz.
Yeah.
Gonki is just going for some expansions here. Basically, Gonki or Victoria needs to win their game here, and if they win their game here and their opponent loses, it's gonna be Victoria or the other one winning. These ticks, man. Oh, the Alaris are really good at dealing with ticks. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
They just one shot them.
Alaris are super accurate versus ticks. It's insane. It's like they've made them directly in mind to kill ticks, like tick
Yeah,
hunters.
yeah. It's kind of awesome, honestly.
Yeah, I get frustrated whenever I see an Alaris. I just don't even build ticks anymore. I give up.
Yeah.
Just
As
go
the
straight to pause or something.
yeah, what's your response to Alaris as the Armada player?
I honestly don't have one yet. I've come up against them only a couple of times, and they just crush. Because normally when you come up against them, you're already building pawns or something. Uh,
Yeah.
my my gut instinct is to just transition straight into vehicles because I know bots won't be able to go against them. But what you can do is if you micro your pawns correctly, you can get some really nice trades on them, and then revive them for yourself or get that reclaim.
Yeah,
But you have to
basically
be
you
very,
need
very
your
conscientious.
yeah. You need your own basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But
both
pawns trade okay with them if you micro really well, like use terrain and stuff so they can't shoot you
mhm.
or aim turn. Yeah.
Oof. I don't like seeing Karth go for the Decurion right now just because it's such an open map. Like, I don't think that you really want Decurion yet.
Very slow moving and
Yeah.
super intensive on resource costs, so it's stalling out on everything. Oh no, that's Gonky. I
Yeah,
take it back.
you're right, though. Like, they're. One Decurion is 300 metal, 2,700 energy, but you get a very,
Yeah.
like, tanky tank for it. But is it worth it? I think it's a debate.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the problem is pawns. I don't know if you just saw that, but they just don't really hit Alaris.
Yeah, you need to get the LRS basically standing still, like tripping up on themselves or stuck on terrain or something. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, running around the side of this works really well, but it's, yeah.
Yeah. They do get stuck really easy on terrain, so
Hmm. They're very maneuverable though, as in they can turn quite sharp, which is such a hassle
yeah,
uh, for
for
pawns.
tanks or as tanks especially, yeah,
Yeah.
they're just
They're very
very
small as well. They look smaller than you'd expect them to be.
yeah. To be
Like little RC cars.
you do kind of have to wonder if they're maybe a little too small for what they do,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it seems like pawns were not hitting them very effectively.
Well, how much health does a full health Alaris have?
436,
Oh yeah.
425 base health. Because they get 420 actually.
Oh yeah, because the bonus, yeah.
Yeah. 425, yeah. Okay. So yeah.
So we're looking at a very blue, like heavily blue leaning eco here.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the army value, but he does have like actual mobility. It's just
Yeah.
if those Syrians come across the map, he's gonna have to respond.
Yeah, and if he if he sends his units to the wrong side of the map before the Decurions get to his side of the map, like, you might be kind
Yeah.
of screwed. But it looks like Karth is being too, like, you need to just literally send your Decurions straight forward, like.
If you're gonna spend the money, the resources on those units, you need to make them pay off. Because have they got a single kill or anything yet?
No. And he
Yes.
has, he's at 3,000 metal and Decurions. It's a lot.
Yeah.
He has
That's
a
a lot of money to
mass.
spend.
Yeah, he does have a massive army value advantage, though.
Yeah, very strong army, very slow moving though, and also that those resources. The reason he's so far behind on the eco tabs because all those resources for eco have been put into army that's not really doing much.
Yeah, not
I'll
yet.
be, I'll
It,
be, I'll be very interested to see how Gonki responds to this once he notices what's going on. It's a very scary situation for him to be in right now. I wonder if he
yeah,
knows.
the pawns are trying to jump on the Decurion, but the Decurion are going to be able to kite away a little bit. No, Karth, you can't turn around, though. He's turning around with his whole army. That's going to cost it. He had a game-winning push right there, but he turned around and it's going to cost him the whole game.
Yeah. A little bit of a raid down the bottom there, but not really a whole lot of damage done.
Mm-hmm.
The Alaris not super strong versus LLTs.
Yeah.
That's a shame about that push. Might as well reclaim those Decurions and put it into eco or something.
Yeah, I mean, you could continue committing. It's not like Gonki really still has that good of an answer to it. It's just a matter of continuing to push. And he's
Yeah.
focused on Gonki's army right now when he should just be focused on getting the Decurions over to Gonki's side of the map, right?
Mm-hmm. Don't let the army distract you from the real goal.
Yeah. I don't mind that he's like grouping them up a little more though so that they can have more concentrated DPS. But I mean, I think it's about time to switch to something more mobile, don't you think?
How many is that he's got? Is that like 12 or something?
He's got 18, which is a insane
18
number of them, yeah.
Decurions?
Yeah. I want to see him transport them actually. That would be nice. Or just add
Wow, that
build
would be
power.
cool. 18 Decurions, whoa, that's such an investment. I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably going to pay off the way.
I think
That's
it
going.
will, honestly, because these pawns are going to try to jump on these Decurions, and the thing is, like, Karth can lose these, but he has
Yeah.
so many more coming in. He just needs to push in with these. Like, keep pushing, come on. Maybe not trading as well as I thought they would.
He doesn't have enough spam to stop.
With it,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Even
nothing
so,
to-
though, I mean, he just needs to park these 4 here and continue pushing with these 3. I still think he has this one in the bag.
It's going to be very hard for him to stop this. There's a lot of pawns coming out. He's got defender's advantage, but I mean, this is going to be going into a bombing room, the madman.
Oh, a bombing run while meanwhile mosquitoes are coming out. I don't mind it.
I think Gonki's main problem here is he didn't actually probe his opponent very much. He didn't actually send any scouts or like raids over to his opponent's base.
Yeah.
Well, side of the map in general, so he just allowed his opponent to expand unmitigated and do
Decurion
something
are,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, like build 13 Decurions or 18 Decurions and slowly cross the map with them. That's insane. The amount of time that you would have had to prepare for this when you saw them on his side of the map is minutes.
Yeah, like I think it's just not knowing what the right response is, because I think like thug or not thugs, but making maces or something would have countered these very easily.
Yeah.
It looks like, I mean, Gonki really likes these beamer turrets, but it definitely won't be enough, I don't think. Although,
No, it shouldn't be.
looks like Karth is gonna just
Um,
hunt
yeah,
down.
constant.
Yeah, I
Tanki's
mean,
got enough.
Karth is really lacking in build power. He could have had T2 by now and isn't making Decurion anymore. He should have stayed on that.
I think he's just happy he's winning the game here.
Yeah. I mean, he is a pretty convincing win here. But
Hmm.
Gonki is left with quite a bit of build power to rebuild.
Yeah, I mean, he's falling behind very rapidly now, so if Jonky's going to make a comeback, it's going to have to be
Oh
really
no, his
soon.
commander is going to go down.
Yeah, unless he hides in the water. Oh no, your head sticks out on this map, doesn't it?
Wow, Carthaxis.
Battle ended.
Nicely done.
Oh, well done, Carfaxes.
That was a nice game.
Damn. Who's the top few
Gonki.
people? Well, obviously the thing's not done, but
Gonki was.
really? Let's go. Let's go, Carfaxes. Well done, dude.
All right. No, it's like you. The thing is, you can't complain. Like, I don't think that Decurion are actually that strong. It's just like you wouldn't make pawns to try to counter a big mass of pounders moving at your base either. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like
Mhm. It's just not the way to do things.
yeah, it's not effective.
Yeah, I mean, I do these sorts of mistakes all the time. I panic, especially for things like Legion, where not everybody knows the units. I still don't even know all the units, like by looking at them.
Yeah,
So I panic and don't know what to do, and I'll just spend pawns or something.
yeah. Well, we're hopping into Canis, which this is another. Wouldn't you say like it's another it supports tech. It's a very tech heavy map.
Yeah, I really like this map. It just feels really nice to me. You know, there's four distinct crossings. Your
Yeah,
bases are semi-safe. Like the distance between the two bases allows enough time to actually get a half decent eco up before you're being harassed.
yeah,
Yeah, just
yeah,
feels
yeah,
safe.
definitely. And the metal is also like concentrated in the bases. You know, like
Yeah,
most of the
three
metal
cluster
is.
mixes too.
Yeah,
Lots of three clusters.
yeah. Really nice map. Actually, this is like um what I like about a lot of map designs is where you have a high ground in the corners and then low ground in the middle. I think this design is actually really nice for bar, for 1v1s especially, and small team games. But
Yeah. When you start getting the high grounds through the centers, it starts forcing the game more towards bots. Which, you know, some people design maps with that in mind.
yeah,
But this map's a great one for bots and vehicles alike. I think it's got a great balance to it.
I agree. I do think vehicles are pretty favored in general, but
I quite like going bots for the cheap constructors like fast expand and getting my wind up, and then
true.
transition to vehicles early at like
Yeah.
the 5 6 minute mark if you can do it.
Yeah, that is fair. That's definitely true. Carthaxis really could clean this build up, I think.
One second, I was following your camera, but it was like not showing me properly. Yes, he's walking with his commander, which I think is a huge mistake.
Yeah. Like, I don't completely mind it if he comes back and like he's gonna come back and finish the. I don't totally mind it. I think it's very risky, but it might end up paying off. But he's not gonna have enough energy actually even to finish this con turret.
Donkey's triple dotting for. Talking about wind? I'm not sure.
Either I think he's talking more about the LLTs being here, just completely shutting down any harassment he tries.
That's what I always think. Yeah, they're starting here and they're doing something really weird if they're doing that.
Oh yeah, he must have seen the air. Actually, you're so right.
Yeah, well, I mean, those LLTs are kind of like if you see those and you don't see any construction vehicles, you like I just assume they're going here because why else would you build those LLTs to stop you from seeing?
Yeah, but I mean, we can see Carthaxis can't even like get his energy up.
He's got no medal. I mean, he did a weird walk because he got for it's 4 mixes, right? Yeah, so not it's 5 actually, but yeah, 5 mixes not very efficient. You can see that Donkey's gotten almost 7 up already. Actually, he's already got 8, so it's much better.
Yeah, although Carthaxis will be able to walk his commander out here.
Nice to say. That LLT in his base is not quite covering that mix on the top there. Which is a bit dangerous for. Yeah.
But he does have mosquitoes there. He just needs to use them.
Oh, he's got mosquitoes. Oh, he does.
Yeah. I mean,
will he use them?
I think Armada struggles against these blitz.
He sees the mosquitoes. Oh no. Did you say you think Legionals struggle against the blitz?
I think so. I'm not actually sure. The blitz are gonna shoot down a construction aircraft. Oh my gosh, that sucks.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually a nice little trade there.
Yeah.
They are gonna go down for it though.
The blitz aren't worth rushing into the base because they got the LLTs, but they are worth just trying to raid and get these cheeky little damages off like mixers and construction vehicles and the like.
Gonki is just far superior eco right now.
Well, he's just been given free reign and he went for a stock standard opener, so he's just ahead from the start. We did see that he was ahead last game and he ended up not quite getting it.
Yeah.
I do think that the expand that Donkey's gone for there on the high ground does need the LLT protecting that little gap on the right hand side when you get your first cassette like mix up. Really helps.
Yeah.
Divide off that whole section from your opponent. Even building walls there is like quite a good play.
Yeah. Karth going here with the mosquitoes instead of trying to scout and maybe seeing like this is kind of a bummer.
Yeah. If he picks off some mixes, he'll get a bit of value, but it looks like he's going back to base.
Yeah. I mean, they will find value killing these blitz at least.
Yeah, some value's better than no value.
Yeah.
He just feels a little bit timid. Like maybe he's not quite sure on what's like what's safe and what's not. But what I'd suggest for him is getting some scout planes, because then you wouldn't run into anti-air like this.
Oh, he's gonna.
He is.
Why is he? He's just going for the anti-air. But again,
I
he
think
hasn't. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I think he didn't realize how much there was, so he's like, I'll just snipe what anti is here and I'll be good. But there was so much more coming.
Yeah, unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
And he's going lashes, missile trucks as well, not lashes. Oh, which are perfect counter to these mosquitoes. He could actually just head across the map with an army and scout. Neither player really being aggressive, really, are they? They're just sort of,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're like sending little attacks at each other that just get countered very easily, and then they move on with their lives.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the
really
mosquito kills the AA though.
Nice. And now he's going to get some mixes, at least one more mix. I would really like to see just like a ball of like 10 blitz. Just come across the map and search everywhere and just see what they can find without, like, if you see an LLT, just go turn around and go a different area.
Yeah.
Even that alone would just be insane.
Dude, that's something that I need to do more in my own gameplay, is like using your raiding units to even just scout instead of just trying to deal damage, because oftentimes like that can just, the strength of that is keeping your opponent occupied.
Yes, especially as Armada, the best thing to do is keep your opponent locked in their corner. And then, worst case scenario, you lose those units, but you know that they're starting to push out now. So, like,
Yeah.
it's always a good thing.
Yeah,
Unless you lose a lot.
Yeah. Karth is now behind in almost every metric, and I do think that Whistlers are a pretty good answer to Lobbers. I don't think that that's what Gonki means to do, but it just ends up working out pretty well. And he can actually afford T2 if he wants.
Yeah, I think the Whistlers were a response to the Mosquito, but now the Whistlers are on the other side of the map. Not knowing for their raiding capabilities, but because there's literally no units out on the map, they're going to get mega value here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Units OP, guys. Remember, units are always OP.
Yeah, it's always good to have units.
That goes for no matter what game mode you're playing. Like in 8v8, there are times we don't need units, but units always OP.
Yeah. They are gonna take a bit of damage to the mosquitoes though, so he does have to be a little careful, but.
Yeah, I think Gonki's just in a position now where he can start coming online and pumping units across the map and just contain path access.
Yeah. And those missile trucks are just gonna shut down the lobbers, I think, because of their range.
Yeah, just slowly peppering away at your opponents, like valid win condition here. He is spending his medal now, so it's nice to see. He's slowly losing that problem.
Huh.
What are you hiring at?
Oh no, I was just doing a command debug Colval. Apparently Legion needs a bit of some touch-ups with its hitboxes. Oh, we have some more Phobos out. The Phobos do not do well against those missile trucks.
No. Not a lot of tier 1 units do great against missile trucks unless you catch them with their pants down.
Yeah. Okay, Victoria is still playing the Chronographer, it looks like, but Carthaxis, it seems like this might be a tied game. Tied match, I mean.
Oh, what a piece, yeah, true. Oh man, I would love to hang around, but my laptop is like shutting down because it's so hot. I think I've murdered my laptop. Thank you
No
for having me
worries.
on tonight, Nev. I
Yeah,
scrapped to leave earlier.
thanks for hopping on and saving the stream.
I wasn't saving it. Sorry, I wasn't
uh,
super
oh no, you're
exciting and
good.
everything else. I'm tired.
I'm so tired too, so you're good.
Yeah,
These
I
are
had the
these are
time of my
more
life.
yeah, the nighttime ones are more chill, so good to have you around.
Yeah, it's very relaxed. All right, I'll see you
See ya.
today for me for Faction Wars.
Yup. I'm
All
excited.
right, see you guys
See ya
later, team.
later. All right, well, we have this engagement going on. I just don't think that there's really like a good answer to this missile truck, unfortunately for them. Carthaxis likely out. Losing this will put Carthaxis down. Karth is actually better than Gonki the Great right now in the tournament standing. So tying this is actually really good for Carthaxis. A raid is going to come up north. Legion is so cool right now. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Carthaxis actually still doesn't have the quite the economy to compete in any way with Gonki right now, and it's just a matter of time, really. This final army here, maybe a good D gun could equalize it, but Karth just doesn't have the energy really. Struggling in part because of these T1.5 mexes. Okay, just a one push here is all it'll take to win. Gonki just needs to realize and pull the trigger. He's being a little timid, but it looks like he wants to. Maybe he doesn't know that the base is here. The Decurion is going to come up. Maybe not in time, though. The tanks are going to be enough here to just clean everything up, basically. In just 3 volleys, they're going to shoot down all of these Decurions, and then it's just going to be game over. Karth looking like a tie. I think this might be a victory for Victoria. Unless she lost any of her sets. But really, Gonki just needs to go and kill. Okay, well, the bombing run is going to come out. And Karth calls GG. That's it. Oh my gosh. We have a battle going on of all places, Incandescence.
Battle started.
It looks like Victoria has a pretty commanding advantage here. We're looking at a Cortex versus ARM game. Victoria has a massive army value advantage, though. I mean, this is a winning army here. She just needs to use it, essentially. I mean, this is the type of army that you can literally just like click forward, have it like go like this, something like that. The tanks are gonna finally move forward. We're still not quite caught up. But chronographer is struggling here. These tanks just need to pull, like they just need to go, you know. Oh, but if they get degunned, the chronographer could certainly get some really good deguns off here. Might be tricky. Oh, he cloaks. Is he gonna be spotted? If he gets this degun off, it's huge. One degun. He's not gonna get more, as tanks are now in his backline. Victoria has a, like, I mean, she just needs to push and she wins, you know, typical stuff. Had a great time. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. It's third or fourth. I believe you'll end up fourth. We'll have to, oh wait, no, since you tied, you might be third. We'll have to see. I mean, the air play is out, but it's just too late, you know. All right, that's the end. What's the score?
Battle ended.
2-0 for Victoria. Oh my gosh. That makes Victoria our winner. Oh, technically, wait, no, we have to reload real quick. Victoria wins with our highest score. But Gonk the Great ends with the highest book hold, so kind of interesting there. However, it does seem like Victoria has successfully won her second fight night. We're still waiting on a couple games, but I am so tired. Congratulations, Victoria. And I hope everyone has a good night. Thank you all for watching. We do these every week. Next weekend is Masters League. The information is all in the announcements on Discord. We are waiting on some games, but we do have our first through fourth place, so let's read those out. Victoria got first place. Carthaxis ends up in 2nd place. Gonk the Great ends up in 3rd place. Chronographer gets 4th place. We're still waiting on the other match results, but congratulations to our winners. Good games to everyone, and I'll see you all next week. Well, I guess I'll see you all tomorrow for Faction Wars. I know some of you are also even in Faction Wars, so good luck with that. And yeah.